Well, it's good to have Jeff Smith with us today, and thank you for checking out the blog. Jeff Smith is a church planter, and he has also started the Cowboy Church Network of North America. He is Southern Baptist, and he has been involved in helping get churches started across the United States and also into Canada as well. And I have heard about Jeff for some time. And one of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention today and have Jeff to kind of speak to us about this is this whole notion of what is going on in America and Canada in particular among the cowboy subculture. If you have kept up with it any at all, it is even making secular media and garnering attention there as well. There has been a large number of people that are coming to faith in Christ through ministries of people who are going in and reaching cowboy subcultures. And so I just want to have Jeff to talk with us just a few moments today and just share with us a little bit about his ministry and what's going on. Jeff, let me start by asking this question. What is going on among the cowboy subculture today as far as people coming to faith and churches being planted? Can you talk about the growth of your network in just the past 6 years or so that you've been involved?
Well, the Cowboy Church Network started 6 years ago when we started the Tri-County Cowboy Church in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, and it really just started out of a need. I didn't come up with a great plan or anything like that. I had heard about some other cowboy churches in Texas and some other places, but my thing was I was riding with people and getting to know people, horseback, and when I got to know them, there was so many great people, but they didn't know Christ. And so what I wanted to do was get them to come to my traditional Southern Baptist church. Well, that wasn't going to happen. They ain't coming to my traditional Southern Baptist church. So I started a church on a Monday night in the bull riding arena. I said, if I do it, will you come? They said, sure, we'll come. So the first night, we had 68 people show up. 5 got saved, and we baptized them there in the horse trough.
How about that?
And from then on, then I thought, this is so easy. We can duplicate this. And before long, I started another one. And then I gave this church to another pastor, and I went on and started a third one. And then a guy came along and asked me to train him. So I trained him. He started one. And all those churches are still going and going strong. And it just seems like that God has his hand on this culture and trying to reach this culture, showing favor to this culture, because it's spreading like crazy. In the past 6.5 years, we've planted at least 60 cowboy churches and assisted a whole lot of other people,
60 churches in the past 6.5 years.
Yes.
Wow. And that's just in Southern Baptist life. I mean, there are other denominations doing.
That's exactly right. We've trained a lot more people in that, but that have gone on to start churches too, but that are not a part of the network.
And many non-denominational groups as well.
That's exactly right, and they're welcome to come to it. We have a training called Brass Tacks for Cowboy Church Planting, and it's just what it is. It's brass tacks. Here's what you need to get done. It's the 7 key components in planting a cowboy church, and so we go through those components and help them do it. But the great thing is everyday common people are able to come to this cowboy church, whether they're cowboys or not. That's not important. What's important is that we're presenting the gospel in such a way that is people they feel comfortable coming in and hearing the story. I often tell them at the barn, there's plenty of doors. If you don't like it, you can leave. I mean, if they come in and they're scared to come to church because they don't like it. And I say, well, you come, and if you don't like it, you can slip out. And most of the time they don't. They come on in and they learn. And we're seeing so many people come to Christ. And not only that, but out of it, we're raising up the indigenous leaders out of that and starting churches themselves, or taking a church that we've already started. It's nothing uncommon for me. I'll start a church and find a guy in the church and just give him the church, and I go and start another.
Right.
And that has worked and been very successful.
Two things that I've heard, Jeff, as far as people raising some concerns with what's going on, if you could just kind of share with us about these two matters. One I hear is you're watering down the gospel, watering down doctrine. And then two, I hear, well, this is only for reaching cowboys, and that's too narrow. The Great Commission is take the gospel to everyone. So first of all, can you speak on, are you watering down the message?
No, nothing like that. As a matter of fact, if anything, I'm preaching a stronger message to the cowboys than I did when I was preaching at the traditional church. And the reason is because you're reaching into a culture of people. A lot of people have not had much church in their life, and so it's way out there for them. And so I'm trying to bring them to a holy standard of living, a devoted life to Jesus Christ, to the lordship of Christ. And so it takes some very, very crystal clear teaching to get that. So no, we wouldn't want to water it down. That would be dangerous for that.
And then secondly, the issue of you're only doing this to reach cowboys, and that's only a small section. So are these churches only for cowboys?
No, as a matter of fact, about 25% of the people that attend a cowboy church actually owns a horse or a cow. We're finding 50% are country folks, and I like to say the other 25% are city slickers that are amused by it all. And so they come out, and I don't care who comes, and I don't care why they come, as long as when they get there, they're able to hear the gospel in clear terms and surrender their life to Jesus Christ.
Seen a lot of people come to faith.
Oh yes,
and
sure
that's been the stories that I've heard. A lot of people coming to faith, a lot of churches being planted out of that. And so tell us how to get in contact with you, your website, your ministry, in case people want to follow up on you and kind of learn more about what's going on, how to get involved in reaching this subculture with the gospel, or maybe just learning about how you guys are doing contextualization, because this is definitely contextualization, very contextualized. How can we get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me at cowboycn.org. That's the website, cowboycn.org, and on there you'll have all the other contact information. And there'll be videos that you could watch that's on there that can give you some more information about how we do what we do. And you can email me anytime at js@cowboycn.org, and I'll be glad to talk to you.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks so much.